for this generation and the generations ahead of us.
Let's keep this.
The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. And it's Pirtle in at the center, filling out the middle. Running out on the wings, they'll have Bain and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point. And so off the tip, it's Toronto. So, Tim, in a league full of great athletes, we'll see some of the best on the court in this game.
Well, if you love explosive athletes, you're about to see the top shelf. The best that this league has, high-flying above the rim.
I didn't watch these guys literally an arm's length away. My goodness.
There is nothing better.
And having starred in a six-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel Quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up Quickly.
Two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A three-level elite scorer.
And he can't hit the second.
And a big man who can do a little bit of everything. Banchero's future is certainly bright.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Quickly. Wagner with it. Banked in off the glass.
Good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
And Barrett against Bain. Quickly trying to break free. Ingram outside. And slam dunk by Ingram.
What an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
Here's Orlando now. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. As far as Brandon go-to, especially if we have a second defender to throw an occasional arm out. Percentages drop quite a bit in those cases. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you so much.
And I like to see.
We knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Wagner to the paint. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Carter pulls it in.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Can't believe he missed that. Looked like a loss of focus.
Shot clock at 2. It's stolen by Banchero. Inside. And Bain will
miss a chance at a look like that.
Barrett. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Here's Suggs after R.J. Barrett's bucket. It's Suggs with the drive. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You can't have a better start than that. Connecting on 4 of your first 5 field goal attempts.
It's tipped. The kick out to Barnes. Bain against Barrett. And Bain pulls it down. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And it's Suggs missing. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Count that one.
Well, Barrett is just a gifted scorer. He is so skilled at making difficult contested shots near the rim.
Suggs against Pirtle. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to score a much better percentage.
free throws good from Suggs.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Barrett. And that one, good. Barrett's got 6 points.
And the thing I love about Barrett in watching him, he plays with toughness and determination.
Barrett brings the double team. Releases from 15. That one wide left.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved he didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Fouled in the active shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So it'll be R.J. Barrett shooting. It's going to be on Desmond Bain. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Now, here's Quickly. He has 5. Howard against Barrett. Back to Quickly. Ingram passes to Quickly. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Barrett, and it's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Walter, he's checked in for the Raptors. The Magic trail by 5. And here's Carter. 11 points last game. Wagner outside. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
On defense, Toronto.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Orlando moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Here's De Silva.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Quickly's got 7.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Orlando. They trail by 7. And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
They just committed too many mistakes. It was impossible to overcome.
Now here is Carter. Scoreless thus far to end the cold streak, and it's Howard laying it in.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Murray Boyle. Here's Walter. Out to the right wing. Here's Mamu Karashvili. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
First personal foul.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The Magic making a switch here. Kane's checked in. The Magic trail by 8. Here is Carter. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Carter. Here's Kane. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
We've all fallen in love with the three-point shot, but that is how the game was designed to be played. Down low, get close, open looks.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
They got him on the arm, but it still can.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
For Orlando, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Walter, and he banks in the layup. And the Raptors lead by 5.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
That's the end of the
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
The Raptors.
What a performance from
45.
R.J. Barrett. He has been the story for the Toronto Raptors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Had a feeling this was going to be their strategy coming in. They've got a major size advantage to be able to execute this.
The guard pair for him will be Suggs and Bain. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. And it's Kane in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And as the season wraps up, Tim, for players that might be on the move this summer, there's got to be, I would assume, a bittersweet feeling about that.
There's no doubt you head into the offseason at times, Kevin. You have a pretty good idea if you're going to be back or not, but for some guys, there's a very good chance you're going to end up in a different situation. The only constant in this league is change, so you better appreciate every stop as you go.
You're right on the money with that one. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. Back over to you.
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Well, you see why Barrett was a highly coveted pick coming out of college. RJ can be special and very effective as a scorer.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Out to Barrett. Over Bain. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
You know, Tim, we see a lot of talented wings in this.
He's got some moves, and he's got an array of finishes, both the layup package or he can pound it on your head.
Wagner against Ingram.
Raptors foul. Murray Boyle.
The Raptors making the switch here. Hurdles checked in.
Second team foul.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Free throw line jump shot. Kicks it out to Banchero. Over Barnes. And there's Banchero on the assist from Wagner.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Emmanuel quickly. The Magic trail by 11. Now Suggs, 11 points for him in that last game against Minnesota. And finished off by Wagner.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
Here's Suggs. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Brandon Ingram. The Magic have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Jalen Suggs.
A free throw drops for Suggs. And Toronto making a change here. Both free throws good from Suggs. Raptors leading by 7. Here's Barrett. Pass to Barnes. Payne with the steal. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for Orlando. It's hauled in by the Raptors. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, they didn't play down to the level of their opponent. That's not an easy thing to pull off, but they certainly were focused in this one.
Another miss by Orlando.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. And another of these young, talented players out of Canada. R.J. Barrett is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
And Toronto making a change here. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. Carter with it. Now guarded by Burton. Carter with the bucket.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Howard against Barrett. Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
Oh, Barrett putting on a show, an unreal throwdown right there.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Swiped it away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Wagner. Here's Bitadze. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A moment here to see the numbers for Carter, how the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
But that's right. There's no question. He's not their only offensive weapon, but he is a key cog in what they're trying to do.
Kane, he's checked in for the Magic. And the Raptors also making a change. Walter, he's checked in for R.J. Barrett.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Tim, one thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love 2 big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well. Well, he didn't need much daylight there, and he took advantage of what he had.
Poked away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Kane. He has 5. Howard kicks to Carter. 1:10 left in the first half. Shot clock at 5. Here's the break. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And now let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Toronto. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And checking out Orlando. Right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And I think for Toronto, resting anyone, they want to finish strong.
Here's Howard. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Wow. He doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Here's Shed. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Pass to Shed. It's Dick on the wing. 2 on the clock. And the dunk by Dick.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. That'll do it for the first half.
With the score.
Raptors lead by 8. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And your Youth Squad.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, there was no stopping R.J. Barrett in the first half. He had 23 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And last game, he could never really get going. Maybe that lit a fire under him tonight. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
Well, what I like, the ball never stopped moving. Working the players, working. Playing for one another. Love to watch this brand of basketball. We've got a whole nother half. So excited, I'm so excited, I'm so excited.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
Yeah. Was anyone boxing out? I mean, if they didn't box you out like this, that 50 just on offensive rebound.
And that should...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
So for Toronto right now, the post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. Perimeter pairing, Barrett and Ingram. And it's quickly in at the point. Down low. Ingram finds quickly. Raptors moving the ball around. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. The Magic trail by 8. There's the lob to Carter. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And because of Carter Jr.'s finesse and athleticism, his teammates trust him to finish those alley-oops and stop.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you, Kev. The Magic are coming together. Paolo Banchero said, "This is a special group. We have something that you don't always see in professional sports. Guys really have each other's backs and look after one another. Not only are we close, but we're really talented and versatile as a team. Guys?"
A young, exciting team. Allie, we thank you very much.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Whoa, that'll wake you up. He is such a great athlete. 90 seconds now into the second half. And timid old-school big man Jakob Poeltl still more than valuable in today's game.
Well, there certainly remains a place in this league for centers who defend the rim, rebound, and set screens. He might not be flashy, but he's a winning player.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Yeah, when your lead guard is doing that, it just creates excitement.
Suggs finds Banchero. They get it back. Carter rejected by Ingram.
And great use of length by Ingram. Able to reach out and get his hand on the ball for a block.
And Barrett gets it to go.
That make brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul. Going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions. Only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
And he drives in, and good that time. And now a 12-point Raptor lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Knocks it loose. Outside, Suggs. Pass to Carter. Back to Suggs. And here's Banchero. 5 to shoot. Over Barnes. The Magic again can't hit.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Back to Barrett. Takes it inside, and Barrett slams it in.
That is a powerful drive by Barrett. When he plays like that, he's almost unstoppable.
The Magic trail by 14. Now, here's Suggs. 12 points for him. Carter, that's good.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
And slammed up by Ingram.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
For Orlando, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Offensive rebound, Carter. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Carter's got 7 points in the game. Right side, Barrett. Quickly trying to break free. Oh, he misses the dunk. Well, Orlando shooting is leaving some to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter.
The defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Magic foul.
And now we'll reveal the most reliable free throw shooters in the league with a look at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Third is Desmond Bane.
He's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
And so Barrett nails both of them.
And what you love about Barrett, not only is he tenacious, he also plays with a lot of confidence, and he is relentless.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Carter. Here's Barrett. He takes it in, misses the easy stuff. Magic have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. And the jam by Pitt.
And I love when Barrett refuses to settle for that contested jumper. He's really good attacking the rim.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Magic. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for us. Kane, he's checked in for Howard. And Toronto also making a switch. Diggs checked in for R.J. Barrett. .149 left to play here in the third. Rebound by the Raptors.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Walter. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Walter's got 6 points.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, you take it right at him, and if they block the shot, fine, but you can't back down.
Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Orlando ball.
And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Scotty Barnes.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Goga Bitadze's checked in for the Magic. Suggs comes in for Carter. Here's Shed. It's deflected. They retain possession. And Jackson Davis gets it to go.
There he is, beasting on the glass, converting the opportunity, trying to put this game away.
And regardless of the big lead, he just doesn't slow down.
Here's Suggs. An easy 2 points on the layup. 16 points for him.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
And there's the drive.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play brought to you by AT&T. Here we go, one-on-one. 1 second separate in the shot clocking game. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
Wagner passes to Suggs. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Dick in the corner. And so it's the Toronto Raptors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Raptors leading by 16. Running out on the wings, they'll have Bane and Wagner. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. And it's Suggs in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Raptors foul. Jacoby Walter. First personal foul. First team foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
They're still slashing and attacking the rim, and the defense yet to make the adjustment and keep the ball in front.
And they have left the defense scrambling because they have found success in the paint, which has allowed them to play inside out.
That free throw missing. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered in the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching,
the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
On the wing, Bane. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And Barrett gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Magic trail by 19. Tipped away. It's stolen by Barrett. Barnes outside. Back to Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
Oh, there was no doubt Barrett was going to flush that one.
Suggs with the ball. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Carter right side. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Here's Barrett. Good work there as it goes. Barrett's got 16 here in the second half.
Incredible night for Barrett. He scores in a multitude of ways, and he brings the effort on every possession.
Bane drives in. It's good.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
It's Barrett on the wing, guarded by Bane. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Got a piece of it. Ingram with it. Now defended by Bane. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. Right wing. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Wow, and you can see the added strength for Barnes. It really helped him there.
In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
This seems to be an era, Tim, of parity in the NBA, but some say there has been a lack of rivalries as well, kind of the culprit.
Well, I think it's tough to have rivalries as often now because you need some sort of a history in the postseason, and I just don't think we've had it. Kevin, also, I think it's because some of the stars have changed teams as frequently as they have, makes those rivalries less likely.
Can you think of the last real rivalry we've had in the postseason, even going to the finals?
I think it has to be Steph's Golden State Warriors and LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers' 4 straight finals appearances.
Suggs with the steal. That's tipped out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. And here is Bane.
The length of Ingram, it really affects shooters.
Some solid defense from Ingram. Wants to get it to Barrett and does. Ingram passes to Barrett. Poke loose, and they get it back. To the middle. Back to Barnes. Inside. Clock at 4. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Orlando ball.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Ben Carroll. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
And Vaccaro doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
And he makes the first. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
This guy is a fantastic athlete. Barrett looking like a man on a mission with that slam.
Knocked away. Carter. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Murray Boyles has got his 6th rebound on the night. Ingram attacking.
Ingram.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. And the Magic shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Carter outside. Bane against Barrett. Out to Carter. It's up a 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And Carter Jr. just understands that a big like himself needs to be able to knock down that triple. Nice job there.
Faster quickly. Wants to get it to Barrett and does. The kick out to Barnes. Nailed from 3-point land.
Bill Barnes was waiting on that shot. All he needed was for the ball to find him.
Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Wagner. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram punched it last. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. On defense, Toronto. And with the most recent collective bargaining agreement, Tim, teams have felt the pinch of those new luxury tax and apron penalties.
Yeah, and the goal of those being put in place was to have more top-tier talent equally spread out around the league. And as you've seen, there's been some tough decisions already. Some teams have had to trade away some of their stars just to make the math work.
And sometimes it's hard to make that math work. There's so many moving parts.
And as a result, it's more important to be able to structure out your supporting cast than ever before.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Jakob Poeltl's check in for Toronto.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying
win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, and watching that last game, you could see the comfort zone he got into, just filling it up from all of the spots he loves.
And so Orlando again turning it over.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The rebound by Batadze.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Here's Carter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
That's good from Carter.
Foul. At the line for Orlando, Javon.
Carter hits them both. 5 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Walter. It's good. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't leave home feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. See you later.